What's up? We got this is the last one, at least for today. Well, I guess today is the next day, so it is what it is. Damn, it's Thursday. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I thought yesterday. I forgot I was off Monday. I'm not. Wait, no, I was off Tuesday. Okay, so that makes sense. So like Wednesday, which was yesterday, felt like a Tuesday for me because I thought it was Tuesday. I thought today was Wednesday. Damn, that's crazy. All right, that's pretty cool. But next one, well, this is the last one for at least today until tomorrow. But it's if you love them, don't give up on them. Stay with me now. I got you. Okay, so the title, of course, is If There's Someone You Genuinely Love, Don't Give Up. And it reads simply this. Ooh, okay, so it was I know, but what about I know, but what about what they said to me? Blah, blah, blah. And, but they broke up with me, etc. Depending on how long you've been with said person, only you know how they react. Only you know if them lashing out at you is a defense mechanism. Think about it. Does it match to what you know? If not, then it's possible that they're on the defensive. But don't try to dig for information. Instead, relax and listen to what's being said. And when they're done talking, don't tell them this, that, and the other. Instead, tell them how much you love them and that you're here for them. So what would they like you to do? If they broke up with you, then just wait. They could need space. They could feel that the relationship is moving too fast, or something that they thought wasn't going to happen can actually happen. It could have spooked them, but know this. If they're on your mind, then you're on theirs. Which is true. It's just very true. Not, it's not all of the time, but there will definitely be, you definitely stand out because there's definitely something good or bad. There's something that will remind will remind you of them. Like for me and my lady, or what was my lady, there's two songs that remind me of her. It is one of them is All Girls Are the Same by Ronan, and there's another one. Fuck, I don't think I even have. I really don't think I have it anymore. If I'm being genuinely honest. But it's like I I have to see if I can find it. But let me see. I'm hoping that saves. I don't know. We'll definitely find out if it does or not. But I definitely have one of them. Like the sound. I have the sound at least, but I have to find what it was. It was. Yeah, this one.
I'm your biggest fan, I'll follow you until you love me. Papa, Papa,
that's like those two songs are something that will remind me of her, basically. And keep in mind, there are two songs that are still in my playlist because, regardless, regardless on what like the regardless on what they hold, not just with like the song itself, but like me personally, what they hold, like the memories and everything. It's the fact that they are still good songs. So, I'll still find myself like not much listening to them, but like they'll like once in a while they'll play like randomly when I like play like my music on like shuffle or something. Like those two songs will like play at some point in time. But definitely. Ooh, goodness. Sorry about the burps. About the burps, man. About the burps. But yeah, definitely. It's the fact that there was more that I wanted to write, but it's the fact that if I wrote everything I wanted to write, I would probably max out the amount of like capacity. There's 4,000 words, so every single thing I've written is I want to say it goes. I want to say it's more than 500 words each time. It's like 500 plus. But if I wanted to write everything, I would 100% probably get to that 4,000, which is crazy. Because you could tell me to write 4,000 words on something I don't care about, and I would be like, I don't know. But give me something that I actually genuinely like am passionate about or something, or generally something I genuinely like want to talk about. Man, I'll write you 5,000 words. Like I'll write everything. But yeah, definitely like you, depending like I said on the, depending like how I said on the post, depending on how long you've been with your partner. So if it was 6 months, a year, 2 years, three, four, five, a decade, whatever the case may be. Is the fact that if it's 6 months or more, you should have a genuine idea on how how they kind of operate. If I'm being honest, like how they kind of handle things. Like it's the fact that I know, and if you've been with your partner for longer than maybe like 2 years, then I'm sure you've had like an argument. I'm sure you've probably had a bunch of arguments. I'm sure you've had a bunch of like heated arguments. So it's the fact that you've been able to see how they react, like when they're sad, mad, afraid, scared, everything. So you kind of have a genuine idea on like what they'll do. So if it's something that you notice, and if they change something, it's definitely something you would notice because, and that's why I always say like have open conversations because eyes. Something that I've realized is eyes don't lie, like generally. Like eyes just do not lie at all. Like someone could say something to you, but pay like it's one of those things where most people don't like look into people's eyes and everything. But like if you have trouble, if you have like problems in your relationship or in a relationship in general, like definitely have that open discussion and genuinely like like genuinely like look into their eyes because they could be like obviously listen to what they're saying, but also pay attention to their eyes because like eyes tell you more than what's being said. Because you can definitely if someone it's happened to I want to say it's wall got got. What was? I'm trying to think. There was a time I saw it before, not in my, not in my life, but like in one of my friends' lives. Not his actual life, obviously, not on TikTok or something. But it was one of those things where we both kind of picked up on it because they were dating. I was kind of just hanging out with him majority of the time because that's just pretty much what I did. I slept, hung out, ate, played my game, and that was pretty much my entire life for a majority of it, if I'm being honest. But is the fact of they were having some issue, and I was basically the third wheel, and I was basically fine with that. Like I was there when they would have their big arguments. I was there when they would, when they would fight, when they would be all lovey on each other. Like it was, I was just, I was just there, either on my phone, eating some popcorn, watching a show, a movie, whatever the case may be. I was kind of just there. Like it was just like I had nothing else to do. I could just do the same thing you know, um, at my house. But it's like it's whatever. But the one of those things about being a third wheel is like sometimes you'll get pulled into conversations for some reason. Something I've realized, which is just like I'm just here. I don't need to be a part of the conversation. But it's more or less of just like, well, that's too fucking bad. Like, oh, fantastic. But I forget what it was. But I think like I forget what had happened. But like she was saying like how she's done, how she's this, how she's that, how she's tired of all this, da 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 da. Is that she was saying everything, and then she stormed out, and then we kind of looked at each other, and he was just like, "Did you notice anything with like her eyes or anything?" Or just like, "What? What are you talking about?" Like her eyes. Like, did you not like? Did you pay like? Were you looking at her in the eyes? I was like, yeah, I guess. And it was just like, and she was like, okay, describe like what you saw. And I was just like, she was saying all of this stuff, but her eyes, they seemed to be like, they didn't seem like they actually, like the words that she was saying, she didn't mean them at all. Like her eyes, like her mouth was saying all these things, but like, yeah, her mouth was saying all these things, but her eyes were saying something different. And it was just like, yeah, it was, and their argument was just, it was just a bunch, it was like something stupid. I forget what it was, but it was just dumb. And it was just like, yeah, y'all's argument that y'all just had was just dumb. And I was like, yeah, I kind of figured. And I was like, yeah, but I think that's what she's kind of, I think she kind of realized at that moment that she was, like she kind of realized at that moment that the argument that they were having was just dumb. Whereas the fact that I guess in a way she wanted to vent like all her frustration out, but she didn't want it to be like she didn't want him to take it seriously and everything. So he'd ask me like, "What should I do?" I was like, "Why are you asking me? What the fuck?" I'm just like, okay, I don't know why you're asking me, but I would say go, go talk to her, go see what's going on because to me that's just like she was saying one thing but her eyes were saying another thing. But that's simply just me. But then again, I wasn't really paying much attention, but I was paying enough attention to kind of notice that a little bit. But I'm just like, I don't know. It's the fact that I could be wrong. I'm not saying it's 100%, but it's something that probably could be it. But yeah, he went out because we thought she like left, like she just like, because we all lived in like the same neighborhood, so we figured she just went home. But no, she was just kind of just sitting on the like he had like a his house was very fucking weird now that I think about it. But he had like when you went outside, you have like there's a porch, but there's like a well again this is we lived next to like the woods, so like and his house was like more woods than it was like a fence because his was like it was like a four it was like a crossway, so like there really wasn't no fence that he could really, that his parents couldn't really put up a fence, if I'm being honest. But they had like a burn pit and then like a bench, and she was kind of just sitting on that bench, kind of just like rocking back and forth, like silently, like I'm not gonna say whimpering, but I'm not gonna say crying because she wasn't like crying hard or anything, but she was definitely like, you could definitely tell that she had just, you know, after she like the door like after the door closed and everything, like she definitely like started crying and everything. And I was just like, go and go talk to her, and then I went back inside and watched Courage the Cowardly Dog, and then they both came back and they were both fine and everything. It's one of those things where I wonder how they're doing though. Actually, I don't really know. I don't know if they're still together or anything. After high school, they kind of just like, both of them kind of just disappeared. If I'm being honest, like I don't know if they're still together. I don't know if they're married. I don't really know. But I'm hoping they're doing good. You know, hoping they're still together and whatnot. Because they were like, obviously they weren't the perfect couple, obviously. But then again, who is the perfect couple? Well, yeah, they weren't the perfect couple, but you know, there's no couple on this planet that's a perfect couple, like a perfect match for each other and everything. So, but I'm hoping they're doing good. But there's just, I want to say I've talked about this before, if I'm being generally honest, like about like basically like just like going to get what you want, basically. But I guess in a way it's different because it's just like, if you genuinely love that person, don't give up on that person. Because I would say this, like, come up with certain phrases or certain things that someone could tell you that you would that you basically have made a decision in yourself that if someone is to say these things, then that's when you just cut the cord. That's when you just give up because it's like they don't want anything to do with you, type of thing. It's one of those things we have to keep in mind of just like watching their eyes. You want them to like say it, but also say it with their eyes as well. And that could be whatever you want it to be. Really, like it could be, I hate you, I don't love you, I don't care about you, da 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 da. Like it could be basically whatever you want. It could be fucking pineapple spaghetti or something. Like it could be like, it doesn't really matter as long as it's something that like someone, like you could tell someone like, hey, if you don't want anything to do with me, da 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 da, tell me this, and then I'll know that you genuinely don't want anything to do with me and everything. But I'm definitely explain it like in depth of this, like if you say this, I'll be gone, and that's it. You know, like there's no coming back later on. It's just like you said that, and I'll respect it, and then I'll just poof like a ninja, basically, and I'll just disappear. It's one of those things where it's just like just like actually explain the whole thing to them, or at least explain it to how much you want it to be like explained to, or like how far you're willing to go. Like if they say whatever phrase, or they say whatever group of phrases or whatever, that like you're gonna be gone, or you're gonna disappear and leave them alone, or you're not gonna, you know, kind of figure it out however you want to figure it out, basically. Because it's at the end of the day, it is you. So figure it out in your own world. I guess I don't know. Mine's simple. Mine's the three I said, which is just like not even three, but it's just four. It's literally, I hate you. Well, I hate you. I don't love you. I don't care about you. And that's it. Well, I guess that is three, yeah. But those are the three, and it's literally just those three, and that's it. And after that, once those three things are said, I'll simply say, "Are you sure? Sure? or are you like, you sure like this is what you want? Like, are you sure this is what you want? And if they say yes, if they say absolutely, if they say 100%, then it's like, okay. And then I wish them the best, and that's the end of that. You know, it's just, you have to have, in a way, you have to have like trigger words. You know, because it's just like, because I want to say I've said this before already, which I probably have, but it's the fact that like I've told every ex that I've been with, like, you know, might not be together. I'll still go to your wedding, you know, just because that's who I am. And I want to say I've already said like I've been to like, what did I say? I think I said like 3 or 4 weddings or something shit like that. I have a fucking idea. I don't remember. I really don't remember. I need to get that checked if I have like long term memory loss or short term memory loss, depending on how long ago that was. Because I remember saying it, but don't remember saying it at the same time, which is weird. But yeah, it's one of those things where it's just like, you know, like with the what you call it, I'm with the, you already know her and all that jazz. But it's the fact that like I'm blocked at the moment. But it's like if she unblocked me, said those 3 things, okay. Because it's one of those things where it can't just be, oh, unblock, you say these things, and then that's it. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, you say those things, I say, okay, you sure, absolutely, okay. And then that's it. It's simple. It's because it's one of those things of just like, it's the fact that I don't give up until that person has said those things. You know? I always hold out for hope. You know? Why do I do that? Fuck if I knew. I don't know. I could not tell you. I really do not know why it's something I do. It's something I need to not do, if I'm being genuinely honest, because that's just, I don't know. It's something that's good to have, but at the same time, not good to have. But, it's whatever. You know, it gives you, like, when you're like that, it's just like, when you're kind of waiting for somebody, you don't have to worry about anyone but yourself, because it's like, you're not gonna go, you're not gonna go out, to find someone else. You're not gonna talk to other women. You're not gonna do any of these things because you have hope that that person is gonna come back. So you gotta just work on yourself. Go to the gym, work on your hygiene. I'm sure is there other shit that people work on? I have no fucking idea. I have no idea. I'm just thinking of 2 things that I do all the time. Well, that most people do every day. You know, most people go to the gym. Most people work on their hygiene, which I don't really understand. Working on your hygiene, you should just kind of keep the same system that you have when you were a kid. I feel like, but it's whatever. But then again, water be expensive and whatnot, so I guess you kind of had to chop it up a bit. But yeah, definitely don't, if the person is someone you genuinely love and everything, don't throw it away. Literally, don't throw it away. Like have like an open conversation. Look them in the eye, read their like body language, read their basically read their eyes. You can read body language. Body language I've been told is hard to read. In a way, I'm not the best at it. I can read it some of the time, but it's more like eyes are one of those things where like it's a lot easier because you can read eyes. Literally, you can read eyes. You can read eyes. Oh, that's fucking stupid. But you can read eyes and whatnot because you can definitely tell when someone's like Cause like go into like a mirror or on your like the photo like the camera on your phone, and just do different faces. Like do a smile, do a laugh, do mad, do like a serious look, do a bunch of different faces, and just like look at your eyes. Like notice how like they go up when you do one thing, like how they go down when you go do another. Like how like your eyelids go, that like half closed when you're like serious, or like it's something that you can generally do, and it's the fact that it's something that everyone does because it's the fact that that's how you know everyone's face might be different, but when it comes to like when you smile, like your eye, like the sides of your eyes kind of go up, like your whole face kind of just goes up because you're smiling. You know, like, you can definitely tell. It's just something you have to kind of like look at. I will say it's definitely like it's just like a small adjustment, but you can definitely tell, especially with certain people's like smiles and whatnot. Like some people's eyes get big, you know, some people's eyes just don't fucking change at all, which is interesting. Cool if I'm being generally honest, but anyways, it's just like if you generally have someone that you want, definitely have like those trigger words. So then if they don't like they don't if they don't if they're not messing with you like that, they can say those words, and then you're gone, and that's it. You know, like it's easy, but it's more or less like when they say those words, don't and if they say those words, remember it, like remember that they said them, and then move on. But if they come back and they're saying this and they're saying that, it's just like remind them remind them of the trigger words, and remind them that they said them, and the fact that ask them, are they sure, and they said yeah or absolutely or 100% or whatever they had said. Remind them of that, and stick to it. Like generally stick to it, and depending on how much you love that person, it's gonna be hard. It is. It really is. I generally can't, you know, relate to that if I'm being honest. Most people have said the trigger words and then they have never, they've never they never came back. So I can't really relate to that if I'm being honest. But I can only imagine it's something that's going to be very very hard depending on how much you did love that person. Especially if like you fucked up. Especially if you're like if you were the main reason on why the relationship fell apart, and then it's like them coming back after they said the trigger words and everything. I'm sure it makes you like I'm sure it would probably make you excited because it's just like you get another chance to you know go through go through it again, but this time do like this time doing it right, you know. But then again, do what you want. Like, if anything, I'm just if anything, I'm legit. I'm just a fucking black. I'm a black square. I'm literally a fucking black square talking. As much as you know, I'm a black square talking. That's about it. So, you know, definitely don't listen to everything I say, but definitely, it's definitely something that you should definitely hold strong to yourself. And if anything, if it's the fact that if you know that you probably won't be able to, have that conversation with them. Ask them like, why did they say it? Why were they like 100% sure? Like after like actually like talk to them about it. Like, you know, because some people think that like, oh, if I say these things, it doesn't matter. I'm just saying these things, whatever. Like I can always come back and they'll take me back and everything. But if you stand by your word and you stand by your word and you're genuinely with it, you know, that person will be like, oh, they were fucking serious. You know? And it's the fact that if you do give them, like, if depending on whoever it is, if they give you another shot, you know, now they know that, like, you're, you know, different or you changed or you or some in some way you're not who you were before because it's like you meant what you said, you know. So it's like when you say stuff, you know, you mean it and everything. So, but then again, like I said, it's, you know, black square talking here, black square, rectangle, however you're watching this. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about it, if I'm being honest. There's more, but it's pretty. This is getting pretty long. We're at 31 minutes now, so it's getting pretty long. But something I did want to say is that if you, I want to say, let me see, if you go to my channel description, you can see the, yeah, you go to my channel description. There's a link that will bring you to the my the the TikTok profile that has these posts. I figured out how to do that. Didn't really work for the description, but better than nothing, if I'm being honest. But yeah, you just go to my actual. You just click my channel, and it'll literally just be tiktok.com/@ and then that account. So you just click that, and then it should take you to it. You could do, you know, Chrome, at least for mine, there's Chrome, Google, or Safari. So you can definitely pick which one you want it to go to, and then you just tap it, and you tap it, then you open it with the app, and it should take you straight to it. So if you definitely want to actually read these with like the music that's behind them and everything, you can. If you want to just follow there and then, you know, do that later, it's also fine, because usually if there's a new video, there's going to be, usually if there's a new post, there's going to be a new video like right after. Like give it like maybe 30 minutes. Like once that's posted, like definitely expect a video in like 30 minutes, because it's coming. But, you know, that's pretty much all I really have to say. Yeah, that's pretty much it. But yeah, I'm definitely trying to make a video a day, if I'm being honest. So, yeah, definitely, I'm definitely trying to, yeah, I'm definitely trying to make at least one video per, you know, day. You know, on the weekends, it'd probably be a lot better, because I can make certain videos appear like at certain like times, so I could have like 70 videos, and they could all, like, I could have like one every day if I wanted to. But, you know, weekends will definitely be a good way to do it, since, you know, I don't have to do work. I can kind of just sit and think for a little bit and then come up with ideas. But I have a bunch of ideas, so expect a lot more videos to come. There's what, 7? Well, yeah, there's 7 now, so definitely expect a lot more in the future. But yeah, I will definitely talk to y'all later, and if there's anything that y'all want me to, um, if there's anything y'all want me to talk about, definitely put that in the comments. And like when I say, and keep in mind, when I say like anything, like I mean it. Like you can, anything. It can be about my life. It can be about like relationship wise. It could be like what I did. Do I regret it? You know, it basically, like when I say anything, like I mean anything. Literally, like I'll do the, like, depending on whatever it is, like I'll try my very best to, you know, say whatever it is. Like I try my best to kind of, you know, get it, you know, together and everything. But you know, I'm an open book. You can basically ask for anything, and I'll do my best. That's all I promise is I'll do my best. But yeah, I will definitely talk to y'all um, tomorrow. So have a good night or a good rest of your day or whenever you're listening to this, and I will talk to y'all later. Peace.